When a run ends in defeat, the next one is marked. Season 1 was cut short by Morty, and our defeat haunted us through Season 2, until we met him again and reclaimed some sanity. Morty's curse was driven away, but his Gengar claimed one of our teammates. Now, as we embark toward the next Route Floor 38, we have our sights set on a new addition, Magnemite. It'll take some babysitting to raise, but since captures are restricted in this roguelike run, it is our best option by far. It can soak damage and trivialize water and flying types, if it survives. Without Pokémon Centers available until a badge is won, my team must use power points as a precious resource. Johto is now a dungeon crawl. Items are hard to come by, so we are relying on our wits to reach the next checkpoint. After milestones and badge wins, we roll for survival. Once we reach Olivine City, we can claim the Super Rod and begin fishing to fill up the last slot on our team roster. It's a Staryu. It's praised for its high special and can help us surf. But before we take to the high seas, we need to climb the Lighthouse to trigger the Cyanwood Pharmacy event and prepare for Chuck. The Olivine City Lighthouse ends runs. But once we depart on floors 40 and 41 by surf to the next gym, we cannot backtrack to grind or catch, so we need to make the most of this climb. Luckily, if we can reach the top, we will earn a post-gauntlet role, as the Lighthouse is a major landmark here in Johto. Team order is critical, whether training against easy targets in the wild or facing back-to-back trainers in a gauntlet. Bolts is a safe lead when you need to scout, but at this level is still a risky bet. The higher we climb, the lower our power points dip. Sometimes avoiding a battle is the best option, but without risk, there's no reward. And Magnemite doesn't evolve until level 30. Our pack is light. The gauntlet in Ecruteak City seriously drained our team before we even reached Morty. Thank goodness for the items laying around here in the Lighthouse. Ethers are our mana potions. At this point in the climb, it's wisest to skirt some battles in order to survive, but on the way back down, I can still snag some easy XP from a bird trainer. Well, so I thought. Overconfidence here in the Lighthouse ends runs, but we managed to win by the skin of our teeth. Finally, we can safely descend the rest of the Lighthouse and roll for survival before setting sail. Since we fished up a Staryu, we can't catch anything else on the water floor Route 40, and I don't think releasing a Pokemon now to make room for a Tentacruel on floor 41 is very wise, so let's heal up and set sail. These water floors are where bolts can shine. Immune to acid and poison sting, this Magnemite plays the role of a safe pivot for training here atop the waves. As we gear up for the gym in Mahogany, this tactic can help us train Pluck while preserving its power points. Magnemite need only step in when Pluck can't one-hit KO. Unfortunately, Thundershock only goes so far against the XP generous Tentacruel here, and no one else on the team but Shade can risk poison matchups. Furthermore, the number of swimmers greatly outweighs Bolt's shock potential. Shade can only neutralize poison damage, and can't afford to head into Mahogany Gym without a healthy pool of Hypnosis, so we are pulling all stops to get Pidgeotto to level 33. Once we do, we spend a bit of time farming low-level Tentacool, because if we beat Chuck, there's no grinding allowed on the way back. Once we shore on Cyanwood Beach, there is little left to do but head inside the gym. Trunks will learn Strength at this time, an exception to learning a move by machine outside a die roll of 4. But most important here is our Pidgeotto, because losing to Chuck now could scar the next run by testing the resolve of the Pokemon on our team in a big way. Chuck's potential scars exploit Pokemon levels to ensure continued pain. Luckily, we were gifted the Sharp Beak by chance, and it might be the edge we need. Alright, so at this point, I think it's critical that we use this Super Potion on Shade. Is this where the run ends? Right, so Primeape is the least of my concern. Pidgeotto leveling up to 33 on Route 40 was probably the best thing we could do. Shade might be able to take a Surf. Yo, I don't like gambling here. Oh, shnikes, he's got a full heal. Please don't wake up. I just want a clean victory. Will Wing Attack one-shot this thing? I'm not positive, but if he stays asleep, we should be okay. He woke up. All right, it looks like it's in the bag. Yes! We barely got here, folks, but this means we get to heal up at the Pokémon Center one more time and roll the die. We have the Storm Badge now, but there's no time to prep for Jasmine. We earned this roll. Come on, baby, something good. 3 super potions! Jasmine scars are restrictive and unbending if incurred. Purging Morty's scar by defeating him on the next save file was redemption. And while he only managed to haunt Route Floor 29, we felt its effects early on. Jasmine's scars could run deeper in this roguelike run. Fortunately, we are feeling ready to take her on with Quilava heading out first. Magnemite can be problematic, but her ace Steelix can be a run killer. There is no good answer to Steelix on our lineup. Screech and Irontail could one-hit KO a Haunter if Hypnosis fails, but our Staryu knows Surf now. Praying it stays asleep works this time, but she still has another Magnemite, and Flicker is paralyzed. We have to even the playing field somehow. If a Pokemon on the lineup faints, it gets boxed. The only way to get it back is with a lucky roll. Oddly enough, we have the power points for this match, but Thunderbolt is no joke. Fortunately, we're able to paralyze her Magnemite. Our Quilava can't take this thing out with one Ember unless we put some damage on this thing, but it costs us a team member. Shade is gone, but it is a noble loss indeed. Because they're both paralyzed, Flicker outspeeds her last Magnemite, and we claim the Mineral Badge. Despite our loss, we can heal up at the Pokémon Center and roll for survival. We roll a 2, but the question is, who do we revive? Both offer control moves, but while Weepinbell is bulkier, I choose the Glass Cannon Shade to rejoin the team. We've got a long way to go before Lance heals us automatically in the Rocket Base, so while we'll need to level up against trainers along the way, we will have to do so carefully. Just because Lance heals us midway doesn't mean we can feel too comfortable. Mount Mortar has some good training targets, which allows us to evolve our Fanfy by the time we exit, but resource management kicks into high gear now. Ethers only restore 10 power points, so we'll need to maximize their usefulness. The road to Price is a marathon, not a sprint. My team is maxed out, so I can't catch anything on floor 42, and I don't want to release anyone in Mahogany because the XP curve is getting dangerous now. Trainers are the best source around here. Every battle has a consequential effect on our PowerPoint reserves, and thusly our survivability. As our move pool shifts to higher base power, our PowerPoint caps go down. We're starting to feel the effects of item economy too. I'm learning when to push on with low HP, and when to burn up gauntlet rewards. The next post-gauntlet roll occurs after defeating or capturing the Gyarados at Lake of Rage. It may or may not help us. Either way, we have to trigger the event back in Mahogany Town, so we set forth, not looking for too much trouble along the way. But when we do, our Dawn fan is here to help us soak up a little bit of damage. Though Fury Tack is not that accurate, it soaks up these stomps like a champ. I could train in the grasses here on the way to Lake of Rage, but I've got a lot of rocket grunts ahead of me. Not only that, the shiny Gyarados is like a mini-boss in this roguelike run, so I'll need to make sure that my team is in tip-top shape by the time we get there. The signals from the hijacked radio tower are making this thing a force to be reckoned with. When we encounter it at the center of the lake, it starts thrashing about with reckless abandon. Bolts leads the charge, but Thundershock is not going to take this thing down easily. Despite not being very effective, Thrash hits hard. We can't afford to lose Bolts now. A close call calls for a quick retreat. Thankfully, we have good support right now, and the Gyarados ends up knocking itself out in confusion. Catching this thing on a run would be intense. We earned a survival roll and gained 3 much-needed potions. The Rocket Base is a dungeon unlike any other in Johto. Traps here force back-to-back battles, and there's a huge risk of one of our teammates being poisoned. Normally, I would fight more grunts, but this roguelike run has me second-guessing XP greed. It's hard to tell if an extra battle would make or break the run. On the flip side, I'd really like a Magneton sooner than later. Working with a full team offers a sense of security, but it may be a double-edged sword. Experience is everything. Lance is waiting for us deeper in the base and tops us up, but this gauntlet isn't over yet. Few battles can be avoided now, so if we make it to the gym leader battle, the team might not be in great condition. The Rocket Base is a test of endurance and preparation. PowerPoint management is one thing, but ensuring I have the HP to survive the next key battle is another. Without decent variety, unprepared trainers could be met with defeat in this gauntlet run. Thanks to Lance, the team looks to be in okay condition, for now at least. So that means the most I can do now is focus on saving Magnemite's strength for the gym. And that means using other team members to carry more weight here. Luckily for us, Donphan is great for cleaning up here. Facing off with the Rocket Administrators means we are so close to coming out of this gauntlet. However, we won't roll for survival if we survive this dungeon. After Team Rocket is chased out of its own base and the last electrode is knocked out at the generator, it's time to enter the gym. Our steel and electric pick, Bolts, has some distinct advantages in this gym, but does it have the bulk to survive? Losing key coverage at this point in the game could be run-altering. We may have cleansed the scar Morty left from Season 1. Losing to Price could have its own serious side effects. And after what happens next, well, let's just say we'll wish we just had to deal with Morty's scar. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to catch me next time. I Want Your Burger, signing off.